Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching one of my videos. I just filmed my April favorites video, which I'll link in the description box below, or you can click the eye above my head and I'll link some related videos that you can check out if you are interested. But I sometimes include favorites and fails, but I had enough fails that I thought I would just do a whole separate video. So these are disappointing products that I just don't love. And it's weird because sometimes when I have disappointing products, I consider them like absolute fails. And I definitely have a couple of those, but I also have some products that I kind of feel like on the fence about. Like I like them, but they have disappointing aspects. And I think, in general, if you're paying money for a product, but especially like a high-end price tag, you don't really want it to have any disappointing aspects. So anyways, I'll try to share pros and cons just in case you think a product could work out for you. I'll let you know the benefits of the product or who I think it could work for. And I'll also list some alternatives in the description box below in case you are interested in a similar product that might work better. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me kick it off with an eyeshadow palette that I wanted to love. Okay, so this is a palette that I've been testing out so thoroughly. I've been using it multiple times a week in March and April, just trying to fall in love with it. But I've realized that I just don't love it as much as I want to love it. It is the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. I am wearing this on my eyes today along with a couple of other shadows, and I have used it so much. Like when I do a close-up shot, you'll probably be able to tell that this product has been used multiple times. And the weird part is that I can get some looks that I really like. In general, it includes like the outside shadows, but once I start reaching for the center shadows, my entire look just gets a little bit muddy, a little bit patchy. It's not super seamless or super blended. I've been doing very simple neutral looks a lot over the past month or two, but even then, I don't find that these are the highest quality shadows. Honestly, my ColourPop shadows blow these out of the water, and those are a fraction of the cost. These are very, very powdery. And I can always overlook powderiness if the shadow blends really well on the eyes, but I don't find that these blend exceptionally well. And a lot of times I have to go back in and layer the shadows on again for a little bit more of a pigmented look. And I'm not even talking about like a super in-your-face vibrant metallic eyeshadow look, because I do like those. But like I said, I've been going for something very simple, very neutral. And even when I do that, I don't find that these provide enough pigment for me a lot of times. And they're very powdery, and they're not the best shadows that I've ever used. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so honestly, it just comes down to personal preference, but for me, I'm just not super impressed by it. I would say save your money and purchase like the ColourPop Double Entendre palette or the ColourPop I Think I Love You. You could get both of those for less than the cost of this, and those shadows perform very, very well. I also got the Essence Go for the Glow highlighter palettes in the mail as PR, and I was kind of excited about these. I don't typically wear colorful highlighters, but I don't find that there are a lot of affordable highlight palettes on the market that include colorful shades. And I know some people like colorful shades, so I decided to test them out. These are a good example of a product that swatches well, that does not apply well on the skin. When you apply these to the face, they're definitely more subtle. They're almost undetectable, a few of the shades, and the formula is a little bit chalky, a little bit powdery. They just don't look super flattering. They enhance texture, they sit on top of the skin, and they just don't look as vibrant as they do in the pan. So I love OLEHENRIKSEN. It is one of my favorite skincare lines. I love so many of the products that I've tried, but I've never tried anything from this Nurture line. If you have dry, sensitive skin, I think you might enjoy this, but I have oily, acne-prone skin, so it didn't do enough for me. It is the WONDERFEEL Double Cleanser. Technically, you're supposed to be able to use this as a double cleanser, so you can use it to remove your makeup and then also cleanse your skin. It didn't really work that well to remove my makeup. I need something a little bit more heavy duty, like the new Drunk Elephant Cleansing Balm or the Pharmacy Cleansing Balm. Those work well for me. This is a very lightweight product, so if I'm wearing a lot of makeup, I don't find that it really removes the makeup. And then even when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, I just felt like it didn't cleanse my skin in a way that I needed. And it's hard to say that this was disappointing because my skin didn't have an adverse reaction. It wasn't red after I used it. It didn't break out. It didn't irritate my skin, but I just feel like my skin wasn't cleansed thoroughly, if that makes sense. I also tried out this skincare product. This is from First Aid Beauty, and again, I just have a little sample version, but it is the Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. So I really like how this looks when I apply it, but I don't love it as a moisturizer or as a primer, which is kind of, it's two big claims. I would actually reach for this on days when I wasn't wearing makeup. So after I applied my skincare, I would use this as like a finishing step, especially if I was just kind of around the house, because I love how it gives your skin just a gorgeous natural glow. It looks so pretty on the skin and it's not overly hydrating, so your skin doesn't feel or look greasy. It just gives you a really pretty luminosity, but I don't think it's moisturizing enough for me to be like my daily moisturizer. And I also don't find that it really primes my skin for foundation application like I would want it to. So I don't love it as a primer. I don't love it as a moisturizer. Literally the only time that I would use it is when I wasn't wearing makeup, which happens on occasion, but not often enough to justify the price for me personally. I recently tried out the OLEHENRIKSEN Banana Bright Face Primer, and that one works so well. I love it as a primer, as a moisturizer, and I'm sad because it got so many good reviews. Also, it has a very strong scent. It says that there's no artificial fragrance, but one of the main ingredients is coconut fruit juice, so it's really strongly scented. And even though it's not artificial, it is very noticeable, so just keep that in mind. I think I talked about the Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealer in a previous video, but I always like to do a roundup. This is a product that I've tested multiple times, and I just can't get it to work for me. I personally feel like I have so many good concealers in my makeup collection that this doesn't really have a place because I never reach for it over any other concealer. Not e.l.f., not Fenty, not Too Faced, not Flower Beauty. So because I just named like 4 concealers off the top of my head that I like better than this one, I personally just found it to be a little bit disappointing, especially because, again, it does come with a high-end price tag. There are a few things that I like about this. The applicator is perfect. It's very flexible. I love the triangular shape, so you can get right up into like the corner of your eyes, and that is my favorite part. It is a very lightweight concealer, so it's really comfortable to wear, but that's pretty much where it ends for me. If you're looking for the most lightweight, hydrating concealer, you might enjoy this one, but honestly, I feel like I'd recommend the Flower Beauty concealer over this one in that case. It kind of reminds me of the Too Faced Born This Way, the original one that they came out with a few years ago that has like coconut water in it. If you like that formula, you might enjoy this formula. I personally just didn't find that it blended out really well. I wasn't able to layer it, it didn't build, it didn't give me enough coverage. In general, I like a little bit more of like a medium or full coverage concealer, and this one was very thin, very watery, very lightweight, so it just didn't meet my personal makeup preferences. Okay, I feel like I can't figure this product out because I read the reviews online and I read so many good reviews about this product, but I just don't get it. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filt'r. I've had this in my collection since last year, and I always take it out and put it back and take it out and put it back. I've been using this fairly consistently since like January or February of 2019, this year, because I want to understand the hype surrounding it, but I don't get it. I feel like it's such a subtle product. And again, when I swatch it, it is insanely beautiful. And I'm like, that product is so pretty. I love how it looks when I swatch it. Like, I'm going to love how it looks on my face, because it just gives your skin the most gorgeous, like natural, subtle glow. It looks absolutely beautiful. And as you can tell, like my hand is red right here where I didn't apply it, and it's not really red right here. Like, it looks very, very beautiful. But when I apply it to my skin, I feel like it almost disappears into my skin and I don't get the same effect. I don't know if it's because my skin does tend to be really red. So, it's not a miracle worker. It doesn't really claim to have like a lot of coverage. So maybe it's not ideal for my personal skin. But if I wear it on its own, it's so subtle, I really can't even see it. And then if I layer foundation on top, I definitely can't see it. When I mix it into a foundation, I don't find that it gives like a noticeable glow. And I don't like wearing it on top of foundation because, again, it's so subtle. So maybe I have the wrong shade. I have the shade 1 Fair, which I feel like is good for my skin tone, but maybe I need to go like a shade or 2 darker. I don't know. I just feel like for the price tag, I mean, it's like a $44 product. I just want it to work a lot better. I don't know. Am I using it wrong? Do you guys enjoy using it? If you do, let me know how you use it because I want to love it. I'm planning on doing a video on like the best and worst Charlotte Tilbury products. I've tried a good amount of them, but this is one that I can't fall in love with. I got this Starlooks eyeliner in a boxy charm, and unfortunately, I have to consider this like a complete fail. It retails for something crazy like $18 or $19. And honestly, I don't feel like BoxyCharm is a subscription box that typically includes a really high retail value product just to inflate the value of the box. I mean, they do sometimes, but all subscription boxes do. There's no way on earth this is worth $18 or $19. It's a very, very dry eyeliner. I mean, the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils are like this price, and those are so much better. Those are creamy. They are pigmented. I am really like going over this spot on my hand over and over, and it's very subtle. Like, it's a very pretty subtle seafoam green, but it's a very dry eyeliner. So I had to use pretty intense pressure to get that color payoff on my hand. But your eyes, they're so sensitive that you have to be very gentle. So it's not like you can really like scribble all over your eye to get that color payoff. This is the ColourPop BFF Volumizing Mascara. And you know, I felt like when I first tried it out, it was fine. It wasn't super impressive. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. But since trying this one, I've tried so many other affordable mascaras. I love one from CoverGirl. I've been testing out the new Flower Beauty mascara, and those are so good. Like, they are just amazing high quality mascaras that work extremely well. That, you know, even though this one's $8, I wouldn't spend $8 on it. I would just save your money and reach for a different one altogether. I feel like this makes your lashes long. It separates them, but it doesn't make them super voluminous. It doesn't make them really any longer than any of my other go-to drugstore mascaras. I also find that this one does flake on me. When I first used it, that wasn't the case, but the more that I use it, the more that I realize it does not stay in place as well as a lot of my other mascaras. So I do find that it kind of smudges, it flakes a little bit throughout the day, and I don't know, it just reminds me of the Too Faced Better Than Sex, which I personally do not like. But if you like that one, this might be an affordable alternative. It just didn't work for me, unfortunately. Okay, I have one last product to share with you guys. This is from IGK. It is the Low Key Cleansing Walnut Scalp Scrub. I really like the Briogeo Charcoal Revival. I don't know the exact name. It's like their Scalp Revival Charcoal Hair Scrub. That works so well to exfoliate your scalp, to just kind of get rid of buildup. If you use a lot of dry shampoo, that comes in handy, or if you just struggle with like a dry, flaky scalp, it's a nice option. So I really hadn't tried any other alternatives, and that one is good, but I always like to try other products that are similar just to compare them and see if there are other alternatives on the market. This, unfortunately, does not even come close to that Briogeo product. This is a very sticky scrub. If I did not read the label and I just used it, I would have assumed it was like a body scrub, like a sugar body scrub, because the texture, like the base, is very sticky, and the scrubbing or exfoliating property is pretty large and abrasive. And I think when you're using something like that on your scalp, it can almost be a little bit damaging. I don't know about you guys, my scalp is like so sensitive, so I have to be careful which products I use, especially if it's like some sort of exfoliating product. And I just felt like this irritated my scalp, first of all. Second of all, because it was so sticky, it was hard to wash out. So I felt like when I did wash my hair, like when I finally rinsed my hair, it took me like a good 10 minutes to get all of like the sugar or exfoliating property. What do they use? The main ingredient is sucrose, so it is a sugar scrub essentially, and I just felt like I couldn't get it out of my hair. I couldn't get it out of my scalp or off of my scalp, and it just made my hair so tangly. It just was not a good product. IGK has some good products, but they also have a lot of fails. I'm like so torn on the brand because they're vegan, they're cruelty-free, you know, they're made without parabens, sulfates. Like, there are so many good aspects to the brand, but a lot of their products don't end up working out for me. But on the other hand, there are products that I love, like the First Class Detox Dry Shampoo, the Thirsty Girl Leave-In Conditioner. Like, those are two of my essentials, but there are so many products that I've tried that I just don't like. So the brand and I have like a love-hate relationship. Okay guys, so those are all of the disappointing products that I have to share in today's video. I hope this video was helpful. Whether you think these products will work for you or not, I hope I was able to provide some clarification. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye.